On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
Obituary, your number one source for calming effects.
And welcome to the day. Today, the world is healing itself.
On today's day, the moon is in the moon, and everybody is calm. So breathe in. That's out. Breathe in. And we're going to hold it for 4 counts.
Okay. I can't.
Pass out.
I can't do it.
You guys, it's very zen today. I know you can't see outside, but she's raining, she's pouring, and the old man.
He's snoring.
He is snoring, baby.
It feels so zen here. It is not zen at my house.
Why?
Because the dogs, you get it too. Like, Hot Dog will not go out in the rain. Neither will Doris. Desi will go out, no problem.
Frankie, too.
Frankie will go out, no problem.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 different personalities. And I looked crazy walking the dogs today. I had to wear something over my head. I had to wear...
You showed up here. You looked like a woman on the run. You had like a head cover on and an umbrella and a trench coat.
That's what I was wearing on my walk. Like I was like on the run.
It's Carmen Sandiego in your neighborhood. Okay.
We have a leak in the garage. It's a whole thing.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Damn.
I know. What are you going to do?
Hey, is this what you tuned in for?
I know, sorry.
You're going to get it. Okay. Well, no, I mean, it has been definitely a week over here, too, because they're currently redoing all the electric panels at my house. So they had to, shut off the power again for a full day. It's just been, I feel like we've had less power in this house than we've had power, which is the joys of mid-century home.
Yeah. I mean, the looks of it outweigh anything.
As long as she looks good.
I mean, truly, she's so cool.
I was laughing.
Okay.
Because I was uploading our episode from last week and I was like, I don't know, it was processing and it played part of it. And it was when we were talking about customer service going downhill and you being denied.
Wait, we need to update on that.
Yes, we do need an update on that. But first, as you guys know, my laptop broke mid-recording on our day from hell a month ago. Back when my electricity was out the last time and we were at your house.
Opposite weather, though.
Opposite weather. So I had to go out and get a new MacBook the other day because I have some travel coming up and I was like, oh, I need to be able to take a computer with me. And so...
Sorry, I had to unbutton my pants. Okay.
You just took them off.
I wish.
New subscribers.
Ooh.
So anyway, we go down to South Coast Plaza.
Did they plug it in and it turned on and some
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even try. There was no attempt made. I also was ready for a new laptop anyway.
Yeah.
And so we went to South Coast Plaza because there's an Apple store there. We go to the Apple store, and then while we're there, we're going to Puerto Vallarta next week. And so I was like, I want to go into Prada and see if they have any cool sunglasses right now. And because I don't really buy a lot of designer stuff, but I feel like sunglasses, I don't know, sometimes I will.
Yeah.
I've shopped at that Prada a few times, just for, I don't know, random things. We walk up to the store. We're walking up at the same time this other couple's walking up. They let the other couple come in, and then they pulled the thing closed on us. And she said, sorry, you're going to have to wait a little bit. And I said, I'm good, and walked away.
I know why they do it because of, smash and grabs.
Smash and grabs, robberies and stuff. But I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
And I just felt so annoyed in that moment because it's I get it, but I'm also just come, I've shopped here before. It just feels like such a gross feeling. And so I literally like looked at the lady and I said, I'm good. And I just kind of walked away, which makes me feel like a little bit of a Karen. But I'm also like, I'm not going to fucking stand behind a line to wait to come into your store.
You know what? Sometimes, I mean, okay, we fucking hate Karens, right? But there are some rules, some things that it's like, I am. What's up?
What's up, bitch? Oh, like trying to cancel cable or trying to like deal with that kind of shit. Or like, tell me why. So we moved to this house in November and like the Hulu Live isn't working. And I was mad about this anyway because it's like I pay fucking $90 a month for Hulu, which is, come on, for real. And so it keeps saying like, oh, you can't set this as your home because you've had too many home locations or whatever. That's another thing where I'm like,
girl on the move.
I'm on the go. Well, because especially like we travel a lot, like we bounced around a lot. It's like I probably logged into Hulu a million different hotel TVs.
Seventh Heaven. Remember?
Yeah.
Why haven't we watched Seventh Heaven in so long?
I don't know.
We should. We should tonight.
We should revisit that. But yeah, so I'm like arguing with the representative and they're like making me get the IP address for my house and stuff to prove like this is where I'm currently. It's just. It pisses me.
You had the same experience different than I did.
Yeah. We both got denied recently.
Like, why do we have to prove ourselves? So wait, I ended up going to the gym that is by me, but the same franchise as yours. And I loved it. And they were angels.
Ugh.
They were so great. The girl in the front was asking me what I did. Because, like, I put, like, self-employed or whatever. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to say, I'm an author. But I won't go that far. I mean,
you are.
But whatever. So I was talking to her, and she's like, so what do you do? Like, and I was like,
oh, God.
I have a podcast. And not that we're ashamed, we love this.
We love the
love
podcast,
it so much. But, you know, like
it's an awkward question in real life. It always feels like an awkward thing to say.
Yeah. I feel like everybody has a podcast, which I think is great.
But do you think they're just like going to be like, oh, okay, another bitch with a podcast?
Yeah, but also who cares about that? But then also I'm like, no, I want to be like, no, she's so great. Like, she's the best podcast.
I love this podcast.
So she's like, so do you like just talk? I was like, I do it with my best friend. She's like, yeah, do you guys just like talk or whatever? I'm like, no, it's all about death. And but she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, there's a girl here that always comes and she's a coroner. And you have to talk to her. I'm like,
to.
Okay.
We're going to get her on the show. Let me tell you that.
I know. So thank you for pushing me to go because I do. I love it. Yeah. I love it. But I log on the app and it says your city. And I'm like, I just can't get
I wasn't
away.
allowed there.
I wasn't allowed there. God.
That came up for me today, too, because when I was at the gym, I was working out with my trainer and I was wearing a shirt somebody had given us at one of the live shows. And he was mentioning something about the shirt. And I had told him before about like the podcast or whatever. He was asking, he's like, oh, you know, like Kill Tony, is like that what it's like?
Oh no!
And I was
don't
like,
mention Kill Tony.
And I was like, it's a little different, but
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we roast each other, but
we do roast each other.
We're not fucking idiots. Like, remember his thing at the rally? Yeah, though.
No, I don't know anything about. I just say
what he said about Puerto Rico.
Okay, we're not like that.
We're not like that at all.
Although we do love the Gulf of America.
Oh, yes, sir. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit. Crazy.
Yeah, the only thing I'll support is the recent talk of plastic straws being reintroduced.
Wait.
I love a plastic straw. I'm sorry.
I do love a plastic straw.
That can be, if I get canceled for something, let it be the plastic straws. I love them.
Wait, do you hear about microplastics all the time?
Oh, yes. I just brought them up the other day and I don't even know what they are. But
I don't know what they are.
They're like in things, though.
Yeah, you know what, like the number one thing they're fucking in?
What?
The protein that I drink.
Oh, shit.
It's like explains the top of the list.
That explains it. Well, no, because I ordered like a laptop case and I was like looking at different ones and I was like, I don't know what's more sustainable. So the Champ is very sustainable.
Very, like compost.
Like totally committed. And I'm like, yes, tell me everything.
Yeah.
I want to know. But like certain things. So now I'm like questioning certain things. I'm like,
okay,
hot dog. Little reverse sneeze action.
She said, yeah, right.
She said,
I saw you throw that in the wrong bin.
no, I'm scared. I'm like paranoid about it because living with him, I'm like,
Well, it's something that means a lot to him, so you have to.
I want to respect it. And I
course.
also care obviously about Earth, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I just like there was a lot of stuff I didn't know that I'm learning about. So I feel like everything I'm like, he'll tell me, he'll be like, oh, well, don't do that because blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? I just feel like I just came to Earth. I'm like, oh my God, okay. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with my trainer too today. I'm like,
It's a balance.
yeah, we were talking about how everything is just balance. I mean, because so many people have, different excuses for why life is the way it is for them or whatever. And it's like we all have our circumstances. We all have our things. But we were talking about like food and stuff. And I was like, it's such a balance.
Wait, speaking of your trainer, go back to the shirt, the obituary shirt.
Uh-huh.
You were telling him about it or... Oh, no. Oh, sorry. He said the Kill
We
Tony
finished
thing.
that.
Sorry. Oops. It's the microplastic. It's the protein drinks. Sorry. I asked my trainer, I'm like, it feels weird saying my trainer, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's not our trainer anymore.
I know.
Can I tell you guys this? Can I tell you guys this? Okay. I'm obsessed with this protein drink right now called Koya. This is not an ad for them. I just genuinely love them, and they love me back because they just sent me a big box of different protein drinks. But even if they didn't, I would support them forever because I love it. It's Koia. And if you are like interested in a plant-based protein, Koia is it. They're fucking good.
I might need to switch over.
With the microplastics, you should.
Microplastics, and I should have learned my lesson when I swallowed whatever the fuck that was.
Mouse head.
I don't know. There was something weird in the protein.
It's so funny. My neighbor across the street, I have never met her. I live on like a little cul-de-sac, but like the way everything's laid out, you just don't see your neighbors. Yesterday, I was walking out of the house to go walk the dogs, and I opened the door and she's standing there with this box and she's like, hi. She's like, did you know I was here? I was like, no. And she was saying like, oh, like I got this package for you or whatever. And she's like, there's actually another one too. And it was the Koia drinks that they had sent me. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for bringing these over. Like, so nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you can keep some if you want, And she's like, oh, what are they? And I was like, oh, it's like a plant-based protein drink or whatever. And she said, oh, I'm a Diet Coke gal.
Oh,
and I was like, girl,
love her.
Little do you know, I love it. You're
like, hold on. Yeah. It's balance.
I know. So now I want to bring over like a little pack of like the glass Diet Cokes to be
oh my God, you should.
I'm going to.
How cute.
I want these neighbors on my side.
Well, yeah. I love that.
If you don't mind, I would love to get into shop talk a little bit because there's a video going around.
Well, wait, I have one more thing.
Oh, okay.
But I can do it after.
Nope, tell me your notes.
So I randomly 2 days ago went to an estate sale.
Oh, yeah, you texted me, and I believe the text said, girl, I'm at an estate sale. Wish me luck.
Well, yeah, it was like close to my house, and I saw signs for it, and I'm like, okay, I'll go in. And it's a house I've walked past a bunch. It's just a cute little old house.
But you got to go inside.
Well, yeah, and I like walked up to the front door like, okay. And I walk in, and there are the most beautiful antiques there. This person obviously probably passed away, but collected.
Did you get stuff?
The most beautiful things. Yeah, I have something for you. I bought you.
And you're giving it to me on air?
Well, you collect these, so I saw it and was like, oh. It's just a little glass blown. I know. It's what it looks like.
It's a pipe. A little glass vase.
He collects anything.
I do.
Like
mid-century glass.
It's, mid-century glass. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love it.
And then I have okay, but then they also had, it was every single room, bathroom, everything was just like
antiques.
I have like a set of Spode Christmas stuff, but it's not like a complete set because I always like pick up pieces wherever, and so I got something. They had a piece that I didn't have. Okay, but then I'm digging through the jewelry. Ooh. And it's a $5 bag, okay?
Okay.
And I got a necklace and like cute stuff. And then I got this just gold brass
pretty.
bangle.
Yeah.
And I go home and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute. That says Cartier.
Is it?
I keep trying to like reverse image it because it's obviously old. It's not their normal cursive.
She got a Carter, honey.
Yeah, I know. It's like not their normal cursive logo, but they do make gold bars that have that same
font.
So I don't know if
It feels heavy.
I know.
Let's go to the get it appraised, honey.
Well, I want to, and then I also have like a moral dilemma that's like, okay, well, should I contact that? Like, I feel bad.
Nope.
It was in a $5 bin, and it says
not the
Cartier.
asshole.
So I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe it was like the person's wife. Like the husband got this for the wife because they couldn't get Cartier, but he wanted to make it special. I don't know. I have no idea, but I have a Cartier bracelet. Okay, guys?
We still need, I love that.
Okay, but wait, I signed up for this lady's estate sale business.
I was going to say we need to go.
I was telling them about you and about your house. And they were like, oh, we live by that neighborhood. And I was like, yeah, it's beautiful. And there's going to be one soon. So she's going to text me so we can go.
Oh, I would love to. I just love to be in someone's house.
Oh my God,
I'm just like,
I loved it. I took a picture. I'll show you later. But there was this like vintage 1960s pink velvet stool,
ooh.
like a vanity stool. And I wanted it so bad. But it's like $300. And I was like, I do not need this. But honey, if I pawn this, maybe I can go back.
But hey, actually, wait a minute.
Okay, so sorry. So what is the video going around?
Okay, this. Foot lands on coffin.
What?
Have you seen this?
Swear I have not seen this.
During a burial at a cemetery in New Jersey, a horrifying shock for the family of a father and grandfather. As the eulogy got underway, the grieving relatives say they saw on his coffin a body part from another grave. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports
I
on
believe
this
it.
grave accident.
I can hardly eat, hardly sleep. It's taking its toll on me.
Sandra Butler
taking its toe on you, too.
85-year-old father, Cleveland Butler, could be any more traumatizing than when it was on the day he
Handsome.
died of a stroke.
Very
But then
handsome.
a week ago, as she and her family from Brooklyn went to bury him in this picturesque New Jersey cemetery, it got worse. Something invaded the burial, coming out of the dirt of his grave.
Look at
As
that.
you see in this photo taken by a relative, it's
That is a
barrel
foot.
leg on another.
Unfortunately, I think that fucking happens.
And it's somebody's feet on top of his casket.
I saw what appeared to be a left leg.
They was like, oh snap, a foot.
That's crazy that it came out after the coffin was in the ground.
The
It
foot
like,
went,
yeah.
girl.
Oh my.
See, that's why I'm getting cremated. No one's seeing anything. What happens to me is none
Maybe
of
it
your
wanted to
business.
be seen. It was like, I've been hearing about like only feet and like, I'm trying to make some money.
I'd sue too. Why not? We
Are
love
they
a lawsuit.
suing?
Yeah.
Good for them.
I would.
God. Did you see too that they finally like case closed on Jack the Ripper?
I saw something about that, but I'm like, did they?
Yeah, they did. They have a person, identified him because there was blood at one of the scenes or something, and then went to like a great granddaughter, got DNA, matched it. It was this person's.
No. Also, see, Brian Koberger, they found a man's blood in the house who's not his. And so, yeah.
No.
And so they're like, he might walk. Like, there's a chance he could walk.
That's fucking scary. That case, when it happened, had a hold on me because I have nieces and nephews that are their age, like in college,
Yeah.
in sororities, and living in like. Oh wow! Okay, I know what I'm going to be reading about tonight.
Me too. I gotta look into this whole Jack the Ripper. I saw something
Very
pop up
handsome.
about it, but I think I ignored it because all the time I feel like there's things where it's
No.
like John Bonet's killer found, or like
Yeah.
DNA match in John Bonet case,
Right.
and like with a case like Jack the Ripper, there's so much propaganda around it that I'm like,
Yeah.
Is this real or
Well,
whatever?
double check it for us and then tell us on Cult Leader.
He said save it.
Save it for Cult Leader and let us know. But I will admit, I didn't read any articles. I just
Was it a TikTok?
Yes, it was a TikTok
Okay.
from a reputable TikToker.
Who?
I don't remember his name. Love when justice is served.
They'll probably Ryan Murphy will probably make a show about it.
And it'll probably be good and I'll probably watch. I mean, God. All right. Well, I have a listener email.
Let's listen.
Speaking of tombs and death.
What? How unexpected for this show. Let's hear it.
All right. It says, just listen to the episode about the tomb of the unknown soldier. And I had to tell y'all, I was married to one of the guards. And part of...
Inside scoop.
I know. And part of their physical training was running to certain graves in the cemetery and getting a chalk rubbing of the headstone to prove they were there.
Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that motherfucker would bring the chalk rubbings to our apartment. That's when the activity started. My music would cut off all the time when I was the only one there, especially when I was in the shower. Yuck. And we had one of those tower DVD holder things. Yeah, this was a long time ago. And it would fall over about every day. Not to mention the flies. After months of begging him to take the headstone rubbings out, he finally did, and the haunting stopped.
Damn.
Love you guys. Madison, your laugh is medicine to my soul. And Spencer, you're the most adorable person. That's from Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would love to do like a workout class in a cemetery.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd like to just go do the little...
That's true.
We could do that.
We could do that.
We should do that. Maybe we'll do it for a Patreon.
But maybe the spirits are mad.
We won't take them home.
Okay, we'll just do it. Do it to do it.
Why not? Okay, well, I have some assholes for us.
Ooh.
And this first one says, am I the asshole for not believing that my mom's going to die soon?
You're probably not an asshole. You're probably in denial, but okay.
Well, let's hear it out. It says, so recently my 21 female, mom, 54 female, has been in this weird space where she just thinks she's going to die soon.
Oh.
She has no diagnosed health issues, albeit she's not exactly healthy. She just doesn't want to go to the doctor. But for the past while, she keeps trying to talk to me about the fact that she will die soon. She said she's felt like this for a while, but it was almost confirmed after she had a really vivid dream where she was in a room with everyone she has known who died. Even people she went to high school with who have died recently. She said she didn't know some of them had passed until after she looked them up post-dream. Now she keeps talking about her death so matter-of-fact that it's starting to freak me out. No person wants to think about their parents dying, especially with no reason for her to believe it other than a reoccurring dream. She gets quite upset when I tell her I don't want to talk about it and that a dream doesn't mean she's going to die. She feels like it's something we should discuss before it happens so I won't be blindsided by it. So am I the asshole for not really believing my mom that she's going to die soon because of a dream and continuing to shoot her down whenever she tries to prepare me for it?
No, if I were in your position, I would probably feel the same way.
Like, what are you talking about?
And if for some reason that your mom is this prophetic being who predicted her own death, then
write into obitpod@gmail.com because we
Please.
want to know.
Because we want to know. I think your mom is probably anxious about death and maybe...
I think I'm your mom. That'd be me as a parent.
Oh!
I'd be like, well, just so you know, kids, it's probably going to take me out pretty soon.
I know. She might be using it to manipulate, too.
Well,
We don't know all the facts.
yeah,
But
I know.
crazy. No, I don't think you're the asshole.
Oh, also, Wendy Williams seems so normal lately.
Okay.
Can we talk about that for a second? If you haven't listened to our show Gossip Spreadle that we put out a podcast like last year and never talked about it again called Gossip Spreadle. We loved it. We just
Loved it.
we just forget. She's like the forgotten stepchild, but I love
She's
that
like
show.
off doing her own thing.
Yeah.
She's doing well. She's glamorous. She's having a fun time.
Yeah. But I was just like thinking about it because we did an episode about Wendy Williams and then TMZ, who we know, they did like a full interview thing and she just
From the window.
and
Of the facility.
she just signed a thing I saw to like try and get her conservatorship revoked or whatever.
Wow. You know, Britney fans do not come for me. I don't know enough about conservatorships. I don't know enough. I hope it's not the case where it's like
They
we're
take
all
her off.
like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
You know what? I don't even care. Unpopular, but sometimes a conservatorship is necessary if somebody is like a harm to themselves or like
Or others
a big risk.
or
like,
financially, but it's
or on drugs. I mean, sorry. Sometimes a conservatorship is a good thing.
yeah, but it seems like in this case she is being taken advantage of
Fully.
financially and
Also, Britney Spears' situation is a perfect example. Like, I don't think like her dad should have been her conservator. Like, I don't know. There's just so much weird shit with it.
yeah.
There needs to be stricter regulations on it because you should still be able to live your life and do the things you want to do. It's just, I understand that like there are circumstances where somebody should probably be monitoring or like reining it in sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Touchy subject.
Scary.
I know, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But the second one says, am I the asshole for telling my sister I won't let her see our dying mother?
Okay.
I was born to a single mother who had my older sister, 32, who was actually my half-sister from another man that she left when my sister was about 3 years old. At Christmas dinner, our entire family gathered, so we caught up. I have a really difficult but well-paying job, one that exhausts me, but having a single mother with no reliable job, etc. in the past, I've had to skip meals quite often, and I absolutely fear going back to that. So I've made clear that my goal is to keep the income I have right now at any cost. My sister was quick to comment that since I have a well-paying job and possibility of a raise in the future, then I have to be the one who will entirely financially cover our mother's medical bills and needs towards the end of her life. It didn't sound like a joke. My mom is chronically ill and always has been. She has arthritis, psoriasis, is on immunosuppressants, has had cancer, as well as being overweight, and recently had to go through surgery because her stomach was in a terrible state. I supported her as much as I could, but these ridiculous amounts rack up quickly and cost. I had to borrow money and it was hell to pay off, and my sister never, ever helped. I answered, "You've never done shit for her before, and you still won't do shit for her when she needs you the most. I'm tired of you acting like I or she owe you anything when you could never do anything yourself." She got extremely upset at first, telling me I was overreacting and that it was just logic that I'd be the one paying for our mom. But it isn't the first time she's putting our mother's care in my hands and using us for money while she spends what little she has on restaurants and on necessities. She then went off the rails and started accusing my mother of never doing anything for her either, being a selfish woman, and many more things that upset everyone at the table. I outright told her to shut up and get out of my house and added that considering I will be taking care of our mother, I won't be letting her see her again, even when the time comes that she's on her deathbed. She told me to go fuck myself and that I was being unreasonable, and we haven't spoken since, but my grandma says she's still pissed at me and regularly talks shit about me. Am I the asshole?
No, I don't think you're the asshole. I think you have every right to feel how you feel. I just don't know if I would be able to keep someone from seeing their mom.
Yeah. So they were voted the asshole.
Okay.
I think they are within their right to be upset about feeling like everything's weighing on them.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't keep somebody from seeing their mother on their deathbed unless that's the mother's
Wishes,
yeah. So she wrote, "Thanks to everyone for all the insight received. It's clear to me by your communications that I have too much unresolved resentment towards my sister and need to let it go. For info that's been asked, my mother lives with me full time. We don't have much access to aid as we live in a remote area, but I'll look into what I can find. My mom wasn't neglectful of us. I know not many may agree or understand this, but I know my sister, and she's always been eccentric. When things don't go her way, she disowns us before calling us a week later again, asking for money. It's tiring, and as I've said in a comment, my mom is still making up her mind about whether she wants to see my sister or not. Until then, I said I won't welcome her in my house. She can see her if she wants, but until my sister is ready to talk things out with me, I don't want her presence in my home. Again, thank you." So it seems like they were willing to
let things go.
Yeah.
Let bygones be bygones. Yeah.
So
well,
that one kind of resolved itself.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Or, I mean, that sister could be like, she's kidnapped my mom. Like, it could get messy.
Oh, could.
It could. I don't know.
Legalities, baby.
Legalities.
We're not just a pretty face. We also know law.
Mm-hmm.
Legally, I'm up first this week. Which means that if you did your due diligence, you should have a side bitch for us.
I do.
Okay.
I do. And it's sad.
Oh.
It says, it is with heavy hearts that we inform you that Duo, formerly known as the Duolingo Owl, is dead. Authorities are currently investigating his cause of death, and we are cooperating fully.
His?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Duolingo was a boy.
Kind of gave like feminine.
Yeah, kind of femme or non-binary maybe.
Yeah. Okay. To be honest, he probably died waiting for you to do your lesson. But what do we know? He probably did.
Oh my God. Mine's face is dead right now.
Yeah. Cisco speaks fluent Spanish and his family speaks Spanish. And so we've been together for fucking 12 years and I know nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I've always have been like, I'm going to learn Spanish. And I get to a portion of Duolingo where we start doing sentences and I'm like, nope.
I don't know the una juga
Yeah.
naranjo. I don't know.
I don't know any of it. So
I know. I try, but I fall.
we're aware he had many enemies, but we kindly ask that you refrain from sharing why you hate him in the comments. If you feel inclined to share, please also include your credit card number so we can automatically sign you up for Duolingo Max in his memory.
Ooh, I like that.
We appreciate you respecting Dua Lipa's privacy at this time. And I was like,
Why Dua Lipa?
Dua Lipa? I guess they've had like an
Collab.
ongoing like little friendship.
Aw.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just see Duolingo on TikTok sometimes.
Yeah, and then when we thought TikTok was going away, they revealed him.
Yeah.
And then
Which was a her.
no, it was a guy in the costume.
Oh, but it's a girl who runs that whole, like, she started the whole social media thing for them.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why they're killing him or why he died.
Damn.
I don't know.
No, it was a hoax.
He's not dead.
No, because I know this.
What?
Fuck, I don't remember who it was. There's another mascot that posted like he took himself out in a Romeo and Juliet style only to find out it was a hoax.
Oh my God.
I don't remember who it was though. Another
Okay.
brand. It was a brand being a brand. I don't know.
The lore of it all.
The lore runs deep.
Well,
Well, we're going to take a quick break. How about that?
okay.
How about them apples? And we're going to maybe re-download Duolingo.
Yes.
So we'll be back in just a jiff. Uno momento, por favor.
See? And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Okay, so I had a lot of fun this week.
Did you just dig out of the grave?
Yes, if you'll notice. No, I was lighting the fire in my fireplace and I got soot on my
Oh
sweatshirt.
my gosh.
That's why I can't wear white. I'm notorious for
I don't know how
shock
I'm
you're
surviving. in
wearing. Yeah, I
green
was going to say.
on a rainy day.
We're both not capable.
It's because I haven't eaten anything since putting this on.
Uh-huh.
Once I eat, things are going to go.
Oh, but I'd say you're eating.
She ate.
Okay, so millennials in particular, I think will appreciate this coffin spinner the most. This week, I stepped into the internet time machine to go back to a time when the most terrifying thing you'd find online was a haunting chain email in your AOL mailbox.
Those are scary.
Remember? Okay, so picture it, Geoffs. You open up your inbox and you see an email from a name you don't recognize. It's an ominous message, and if you don't forward it to 10 people within the next hour, something terrible is going to happen to you. Maybe you'll lose your job, maybe your pet will vanish,
Oh my God.
and maybe, just maybe, you won't wake up tomorrow.
Oh, please.
Where do I sign up, man? Just forward it to me, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you might think it's spam. You might be like, oh, this is ridiculous. But then something in your head's just like, but what if I don't send it?
I was going to say, like, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
Uh-huh.
And it gets me, especially if you bring a pet into it. I'm like, all right, everyone's getting this fucking email.
I want to share some examples. So there's one I found that said, warning, this is not a joke. Carry on reading or you will die. And just again, for reference, if you were too young to have maybe gotten these in your email. People used to email these around back when that's how we communicated, especially before texting a lot and stuff. You'd check your email every day and you would get these emails saying shit like this, and we didn't have anything else to do. We didn't have social media, so this was kind of it.
Yeah.
There's one that says, "Carry on reading or you will die. Once there was a little girl called Clarissa. She was 10 years old and she lived in a mental hospital because she killed her mom and dad.
Ooh.
She got so bad she went to kill all the staff in the hospital, so the government decided that the best idea was to get rid of her, so they set up a special room to kill her as humanely as possible, but it went wrong. The machine they were using went wrong." Who wrote this? "And she sat there in agony for hours until she finally died. Now, every week on the day of her death, she returns to the person that reads this chain letter on a Monday night at 12 a.m. She creeps into your room and kills you slowly by cutting you and watching you bleed to death. Now, forward this email to 10 other people, and she will haunt someone else who doesn't pass this on, like you did."
It's kind of fucked up, like, that you're setting other people up.
Yeah,
Have
it's
to do it.
manipulative at best.
Like, actually, if I were to get one today, whoever sent it to me would be like, okay, fuck you.
Why did you send this to me?
Yeah.
And now I have to send this to 10 people.
Yeah, now I have to do this.
There was another one I saw on this website. It was on an article from the Daily Edge, and it says, "A spooky 7-year-old boy introduces himself and for some reason gives an account of his physical appearance. I have no eyes and blood all over my face. I am dead. Teddy warns the reader, if you don't send this to at least 12 people, I will come to your house at midnight and I'll hide under your bed. And when you're asleep, I'll kill you."
Ooh.
They'd be so frustrated under your bed. They'd be like, "Ugh, it's 3 a.m. Why is this bitch still walking around? I
We
still
took
hear
the
TikTok."
legs off of our bed. They can't go under it because remember the bed went through the floor?
And then she said, "I'm going to the gym.
I'm
honey.
going to the
I'm getting a
gym."
trainer, baby, because this bed is through the floor, honey." And that's a real story.
When you
That's
can
a
have
true
legs
story.
on your furniture because your house is so old that it will go through the floor if you sit on it.
Girl, that house
That
stood
is
like
the most
that.
humbling experience.
Those floors were 100 years old, girl. They had sustained things. That was a wake-up call.
And then I got on the bed. Boom! How's that for fucking chainmail?
It's a true story. Fuck. That was
If
wild.
you don't send this episode to 10 people, you will go through the floor
You'll
too
go through the
when you get
floor,
into bed
girl.
tonight.
So part of that email, the one with Teddy, was they gave 3 different cases as like evidence of like, this is what's going to happen to you if you don't send this.
Mhm.
Case 1, Patty Buckles got this chain email. She didn't believe in chain letters. Well, foolish Patty. She was sleeping when her TV started flickering on and off.
Oh my
Now she's not with us anymore. Like, okay, what happened
Okay.
to Patty, girl?
Patty!
George Simon hated chain emails, but he didn't want to die that night. He sent it to 4 people. Not good enough, George. Now George is in a coma, and we don't know if he'll ever wake up.
So he they're like, we're not going to kill you, but
Yeah.
we're going to incapacitate you. Okay.
Exactly. Finally, Teddy ended his threatening email with an opportunity to negotiate. You send it to 0 people, you're going to die tonight. 1 to 6 people, you'll be injured. 7 to 11, you'll get the biggest fright of your life. 12 and over, you're safe and you'll have good fortune.
Who was this benefiting? You know what I mean?
Freaks.
Yeah.
It says, I wrote this.
Oh.
Before chain emails clogged up our inboxes, their ancestors were doing damage the old-fashioned way via pen and paper, baby.
Ooh.
Chain letters date way back to the late 19th century, often disguised as religious blessings or promises of wealth. And the rules were simple. You copy the letter, you send it to X amount of people, and you reap the rewards. But if you ignore it, you face dire consequences.
Okay.
One of the first ever recorded chain letters was in 1888, and it was part of the Send a Dime program. Well, scheme, really. People were told, like, okay, if you mail a single dime to the person at the top of the list, you'll get back riches.
Wait. how much was a dime back then? Probably like $1?
Probably
50 or something?
yeah,
Okay.
something. And a lot of like religious organizations did this in the beginning, not with the dime thing necessarily, but they would like warn that God was going to punish you basically if you didn't share his word. And that's like how they would get people to send out their pamphlets everywhere for their organizations, or like you'll get sick or you might even die. And the more dramatic the warning was, the more likely people were to share it, because a lot of people were very susceptible. And they're like, oh no, God's gonna smite me if I don't share this letter with 10 people. All right.
They were believing in puppets and all that. So yeah.
You know, I just got an invite to a church in my area. They
You
said,
did?
welcome to the neighborhood.
Oh.
Come to our church.
Are you going to go?
No. I had to mail it to 10 other people. Okay, so yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just human psychology. It's like, okay, we got something, it scares us. We want to do it. We don't want to deal with it. But then like in the 90s, when the world was first really embracing the internet, that's when email hoaxes started coming up on the rise. And so there was a lot of like those scary ones, but then there was also a lot of like fraudulent schemes, like Bill Gates wants to, you know, share his money. He's giving away money. Send this to 10 people.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in 5th grade, I don't know if I've talked about this on here or not before, but there used to be scam phone calls, and they would like call and leave you messages. And I remember I came home from school. I have no idea where my mom was that day. She had like an appointment or something. And I had gotten home from school, and I was in like 5th grade, and I played the answering machine, which why? No one was calling me. I just was nosy.
Nosy.
But I played it, and it was like, congratulations, you've won a cruise to blah, blah, blah. And I remember being like,
oh my
oh
God.
my God, we're going on a cruise. This is crazy. And I remember like I couldn't wait for my mom to get home, because I was like, I'm gonna
She's going to
fucking
be so happy.
Ed McMahon this bitch when she gets home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell her like, Mom, we're on the up. Okay.
Yeah, things are looking
Things
up.
are looking up for us. Okay. We're going on a cruise.
Mhm,
We're
mhm.
going on a cruise. And she's like, that's not
It's
a
not
real
real.
thing.
Thank God she had the wherewithal at that point, because I feel like it would
People
have
got
been
tricked.
Yes, so easy.
We used to get the things in the mail too from the publisher's clearinghouse or whatever, and I would always think those were something too. I always thought
That's
something
not
was
real?
something. No, I don't think so. No, it's not real. And also the we'd get the. I remember one time I got like they were doing like a Starburst campaign, and it was like a mystery prize or whatever, and so they had a mystery flavor in it. It was like a white wrapped one with like little question marks on it. And I remember I opened it and I was like, Mom, I think I won.
Yeah.
So we took it to the store, and they were like, no, they all have those in those.
Stupid.
I see.
Wait.
I'm falling for scams left and right.
Well, I told you the other day, I'm like, the toll road is out to get me. And you're like, that is a scam. I'm
and
like,
then
okay.
I sent her a thing about how that's like a big scam going around right now.
Yeah.
It's like you'll get a message from which we take toll roads all the time. You probably took toll roads here,
Yeah.
and it's like, so it's a real thing that could
It's
be.
like on January 5th, you were, and I'm like racking my brain, like, what? Did I drive that?
Yeah.
What? But what I want to know is, what the fuck are box tops? What did that ever do? Was that really a thing? Or was it like a marketing thing
It's
to
all
get
like
you to buy?
Yeah. I think it's all a scam.
I
to be
remember I
honest.
collected them for a minute and then.
Oh, I did. Like cereal boxes. I would always collect the little things too, and then I would just never send them in. But
Yeah.
what I love too is like all the vintage magazines that I have, like have things in the back, like send this in to blah, blah, blah for an autographed picture of blah, blah, blah. And
Oh, I'm going through
I know.
at my parents.
I know. You're going through it.
I am. No, my parents have so much stuff, like every single picture, every single grade school project, they've saved everything. And there's me and 4 other siblings. And so my parents are old. My mom is 79. My dad's 81. So every time I go over to their house, I bring home a couple boxes, and I'm like slowly starting to organize everything.
All the pictures and everything.
Yeah. But my sister loved Rocky Balboa. What's his name? The Rocky guy, Sylvester Stallone,
Uh-huh.
and has a whole binder full.
Which sister, Christina or Jennifer?
Jennifer.
Of course. Of course it was Jennifer.
Loved him. Full binder, thick, pictures, everything. She would send mail into the fan club, get photos back, their signed photos, everything.
Okay, we're
It just
calling her
reminded
after
me of it.
this,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'll talk to her about it. Where was I? Oh, so like I was like, yeah, like the 90s came around and then like there was all these different schemes. Like Bill Gates wants to give you his money, send it to all these people,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. But one of the most popular, scary ones was the Carmen Winstead email. And we both probably got this at some point. It was
Okay.
super popular. The email itself reads, "Hi, my name is Carmen Winstead. I'm 17 years old. I am very similar to you. Did I mention to you that I'm dead? A few years ago," chills, "a group of girls pushed me down a sewer hole to try and embarrass me.
Oh.
When I didn't come back up, the police came. The girls said that I had fell, and everyone believed them. The police found my body in the sewer. I had a broken neck and my face was torn off.
Ooh.
Send this message to 15 people after reading the whole message if you value your life. A boy called David received this message. He just left and deleted it. When he was in the shower, he heard laughing. My laughter. He got really scared and rushed to his phone to repost this message, but he was too late. The next morning, his mom entered his bedroom, and all she found was a message written in his blood saying, 'You will never have him back.'"
Damn. I love the thought of a ghost in heaven or wherever you believe.
Just tormenting?
No, at a computer. Like, okay, I'm sending these.
As a ghost.
Yeah.
Send this to 15 people in the next 5 minutes if you don't want your fate to be the same as David's. Your time starts now.
Oh, God, he should have sent it.
I was like curious about that email, like the origins of it, and I was reading from knowyourmeme.com. Have you ever been on there?
No.
It's like whenever there's a new meme going around, you can like, it'll tell you like, this is why this is trending right
Yeah,
now,
I'm
whatever.
going to need to sometimes I should use
I
that.
know, if I didn't have younger siblings.
Yeah, totally.
It says in 2006, a chain letter started circulating through email and on MySpace telling readers a fictitious story about a 17-year-old Indiana girl named Carmen Winstead, sometimes Jessica Smith, who was pushed down okay, I have a Jessica Smith story, hold on. Who was pushed down an open sewer hole by 5 schoolgirls to embarrass her. She failed to emerge from the hole and police investigated, finding her dead with a broken neck. The girls proceeded to tell everyone she fell and got away with it, and the post ends talking about a 16-year-old boy named David Gregory who read the chain letter and ignored it. Snopes debunked the chain letter as fake in October of that year, so
Okay.
it's been debunked.
Who's
but-
Jessica Smith?
Okay, apparently also another name that chainmail went by, but she's gonna kill me. My little sister, when she was like probably 9 years old.
Did she like want her name to be that or something?
No. She like made a fake account online. I don't remember what it was for. And she like used my older sister's picture and called herself Jessica Smith.
Catfish?
Yeah, it's okay. I was a catfish. I was Hillary Duff on MySpace for a while.
What?
Mhm.
Did you get a bunch of followers?
Yeah. I would like talk to people. I'm like, yeah, it's me, Hillary Duff. I just
God.
lie. Me and my friends would just go online and just lie.
Yeah.
AOL all the time. Lying. Oh, yeah. I'm friends with celebrities and I live in a mansion and
It is crazy how the internet's evolved. It's still the wild, wild west. But at that time,
you could just lie. There was
you
no
didn't
fact.
realize. Yeah.
You could say anything.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And people would tell me anything and I'd believe it too. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, actually, okay.
Damn,
They
like-
are neighbors with 50 Cent? Wow, that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah. There was no fact checking.
Oh, shit. I mean, a lot of chainmail was just mostly just harmlessly annoying. Obviously, the ones that weren't scams. But some crossed the line into serious crime. Take the 2001 anthrax hoaxes.
Ooh, remember anthrax was
Yes.
scary.
Okay, so at that time, there were real anthrax attacks happening. And fake chain letters were spreading across the country, causing mass hysteria and overwhelming authorities. Some people got arrested for sending like the hoax threats out, which I'm like, you should be if you're
Yeah.
doing that. And then there was a woman named Shannon Richardson I don't know if you ever heard about this. She was an actress who mailed ricin-laced letters to Obama and Mayor Bloomberg back in 2013.
What?
Her plan was to frame her estranged husband, I guess, but it didn't work, and she ended up getting 18 years in federal prison.
I do love a crazy like housewife.
Yeah, but then there's the dark side of chainmail scams.
It's not dark enough.
No.
People are dying, Spencer.
Pyramid-style chain emails tricked victims into giving up their money, leading to financial ruin. And others played on fear, like the disturbing Blue Whale Challenge, which lured teens into a dangerous game that led apparently to a lot of suicides. I hadn't heard about this one. But honestly, like, the thing about it is they are still just as prevalent as ever. There's people's aunts posting on Facebook every day, like, I do not give Meta permission to use my Facebook profile as advertisements, repost this. But even Gen Z, or like our generation too, on TikTok, there's videos that are like, send this to 5 people to avoid the worst month of your life. Or like, use this sound even privately to claim this or whatever. It's all...
I've done it. I've done it.
Could I look through your drafts? You probably...
No, this sound is for money, honey. And then it's like, bing, dong, ding. You know, it's like that. And I'm like, okay, claiming it, listening to it all the way through.
Don't do it, girl. It's not real.
Girl, sometimes times are tough, girl.
I know. Okay, there was one. I was having a rough time in 2020, as we all were. And I remember there was one that was like, use this sound even privately.
You want to what?
Use this sound. It was, I don't know what it was.
Like attract your soulmate or something.
Oh, no, I should have. It was, what was it? It was like, just like, things are going to get better for you. And I was
Sometimes
like, I need it, girl.
Sometimes you feel so down on your luck that you're like, I will do anything. But also, I mean, it can't hurt. It's manifesting.
Yeah, I just don't like the evil ones that are like, if you don't share this, you're going to receive terrible news in the next 24 hours.
It's like, who made you the boss?
TikTok 043844.
Yeah, that's mine.
That is yours.
I need to.
I know.
I know. We talk about. I know.
I know. Girl, I know.
I know, girl.
I know, girl. Okay, but chainmail, super interesting, is also the name of that medieval armor that's like all the little metal looped together.
Oh, yeah.
That's called chainmail.
Uh-huh.
That's why chain emails are called that, because they think of it as like a bunch of little connections.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's your
Cool.
fun fact for the day.
Everything goes back. I love it.
My grandma loved a fun fact.
Okay.
Like, loved a factoid.
Uh-huh.
And she always had like those books that were like full of facts, and I loved them when I was little. Like, I remember when I would spend the night at her house, I'd always like go for that book and like, tell me the fun facts. Like, I want to know what the thing on a shoelace is called.
Yes, yeah, totally. I didn't send the email.
She's dying. She didn't forward it. I don't know. In a world where Google exists, why do people still fall for this shit, Madison?
Because Google's confusing sometimes, too.
Well, it all comes down to psychology, fear, urgency, and the power of a good, scary story.
Mm-hmm.
And chain messages all thrive on the idea, like we were talking about in the beginning, of what if, because even the most skeptical of us sometimes feel a tiny twinge of doubt. And in the digital age, with the rise of social media, misinformation, as we know, spreads faster than ever, which is how everything has gotten to the place that it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, I see at least once a day from people I know posting something that I'm like, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. That didn't happen, or that's not happening, or
Right.
It's all just like, no matter what side you're on, too. It's the propaganda these days is wild, and I see it everywhere all the time.
Yeah. It's scary. There's this Channel 5. It's like the all gas, no brakes guy. But he lost that channel and he has Channel 5. We watched the other night. He put out a movie and you had to buy it or like rent it on his website, and it's called Dear Kelly. And it's about one of the like crazy MAGA guys that he met at like a rally and his whole life. And they talk to his family, and it's really good and really informative, but it is like, it's scary how so much misinformation and psychology plays into it.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't stop talking about this guy that stole his house. He stole my house, blah, 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 stole my house, stole my
They
house.
get to the
stole my
bottom
house.
of it. No one stole his house, or
It's so much more
Yeah.
like, no, he wasn't making the payments and this loan thing took his house. Yeah, it was so interesting. But
When
yeah,
you think about that, I had that guy on Cult Leader a couple years ago, and it was called QAnon because his mom was fully down the QAnon rabbit
Yeah.
hole. And it's just so interesting, to hear about people. And again, I think it happens on both sides for sure.
yeah, for
where
sure.
people are just so susceptible, especially to the fear mongering that's out there, and it just burns you the fuck out. I mean, everyone's just screaming at each other all the time, and it's like, so I'm like, I just want to be over here talking about funerals. Like,
Because
let's
guess
talk about
what?
death. We all gotta
Everybody-
die,
yeah.
regardless of who's right or who's wrong.
We're all going to die and there's no politics in the sky.
Well,
There are.
there are sky politics. There's burial politics.
Wait.
Politics. What?
Did I show you this video? I was walking the dogs the other night and there was a...
Yes, you sent it to me from SpaceX, that thing.
Did you hear my neighbor?
No.
This like old guy comes out and he's like, "We're being invaded." No, wait, what did he say? He was like, "Honey, we're being attacked by aliens."
That is Cisco.
No, it's just some random guy.
Oh, God. Also, I want to say, I think on one of our last episodes that went out, we talk about Kanye West at the Grammys or whatever. And I just want to say, since then, obviously that was before we found out about his Nazi
Yes.
website. And I already posted about it online, but Kanye
He's a
West is
gross
a fucking
bitch.
dumb, gross bitch. And fuck him.
We all have mental health issues. It doesn't make you a fucking racist, anti-Semite
No,
bitch.
yeah, fuck him. So anyways, next time you get an ominous message warning you to forward it to someone else, just remember, you've survived plenty of curses before, and if anything weird does happen, well, let's just hope that Carmen Winstead isn't watching.
Oh my gosh. Well, I gotta take a break because I have some emails to send.
Okay. Okay. All right. And when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
All right, if I make it.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, Geoffs and Spencer, we obviously talk so much about obituaries on this show and even death notices. Those things are obviously our favorites because they're not only informative, but they also usually tell us some really great things. But I was thinking about your Am I the Asshole from a few weeks ago, where the girl posted on Facebook or wherever about their family member's death, and it was like shocking for people to read, and people were pissed off at her. And then it got me thinking about all of the times horrible fucking news has been delivered. And it's always a shock, right? But what about the people delivering it? And there's a term for those people, and they are death messengers.
Ooh, we're kind of death messengers in a way.
A little bit, yeah.
We're always delivering the news on death.
Very true. Very true. And some other bearers of bad news I wanted to get into.
Okay.
There are a ton of death messengers throughout folklore, but my primary focus today is the real people whose job it was to deliver devastating news and also the repercussions of it.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, people have been tasked with having to deliver terrible news, whether the messages are of war, like an impending war, or death of a loved one. I'm sure the weight of grief on their shoulders is like a lot.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
who wants to have to give the bad news?
I know. Well, that brings me to don't shoot the messenger. I'm sure you guys have heard the phrase, don't shoot the messenger. Well, in ancient times, it wasn't just a saying, it was a warning.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the
Oh,
messenger.
shit.
Okay. One famous example of this is King Tigran II or Tigran the Great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He ruled Armenia in the 1st century BCE. And a messenger once informed him that the Roman general was like on his way to whoop his ass and to like take over. Well, Tigran was pissed about this information, had the messenger's head cut off for even talking about it or telling him, and then ignored it.
Typical man. Can't hear the fucking news. So he's like, I'm just going to take it out on you.
Yeah, cut his head off.
Please. That's some bitch ass King Henry VIII fucking shit.
We're gonna talk about him for a second.
You said we're going to talk about. You said we're going to talk about. We've
in our we're gonna talk about it, okay? As a result, nobody wanted to give him any information going further. They're like, I'm not gonna fucking he got his head cut
He's like,
off.
what was that? But
No, nothing. As a result, the Romans invaded and he was defeated.
that's what you get.
That's what you get, okay? Don't ignore warnings.
He should have sent the email 10 times. He didn't listen.
So true. It's all linked. It's all chain linked. A messenger in medieval Europe was dangerous also, but slightly refined. Killing messengers wasn't always acceptable, especially in war. So there were heralds, which are basically messengers, which makes
the
sense.
newspapers.
I think of, like the herald.
Like the Miami Herald.
Yeah, well, they were like actual heralds were like people who just delivered messages. They were granted safe passage to deliver news, even if it was bad, like about war. But outside of war, ordinary messages still, like you still had it rough. So if you had to tell them about a death or something, like, you know, sir, your son died, like you were probably going to die.
Well, think about like too how I was talking about last week with like the ventriloquist. Like she delivered the news via ventriloquism. And
You're right.
she got fucking beheaded by King Henry.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to keep your mouth shut.
Sometimes, yeah. And my mom always said, pay attention to the messenger. Like when someone tells you something shitty, like
that is true. That
like,
is true.
so and so said that your outfit's weird today.
Mm-hmm.
She'd always be like, pay attention to who's telling you that because they're telling you that because they want you to not feel good.
Totally. To hurt you.
And that's true.
That's true. But if someone was like, hey, you need to go move your car, the street sweeper's coming, then listen.
Move your car.
Move your car.
Don't behead them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, then we had town criers.
Hear ye, hear ye.
That's what they did. The hear ye, hear ye. They went like this. Hear ye, hear ye. King is on his way. These date back.
Nice try. Boo, tomato, tomato.
Town criers date back to ancient Rome, but they were seen well into the 18th century and 19th century, and there are some still around today.
Town criers?
Mm-hmm. A town crier is also known as a bellman. Their job was to walk into town and say, hear ye, and then deliver news. Sometimes it was good news, but a lot of it was not good news. I found this article when I was looking up town criers about this movie called 24-Hour Party People. And it was about music in Manchester in like the 70s and 80s. And it's like a biopic.
Uh-huh.
It was filmed in 2002, but in it, they have a town crier come out and announce the death of Ian Curtis.
Oh.
If you're a Joy Division fan, you know
Yeah.
Ian Curtis took his life, unfortunately. But the town crier in that movie is a real town crier. And to this day, he's Chester's town crier in Britain.
Really?
Still employed. And apparently, it's the only town in Britain to still have a town crier.
Damn.
I know. Okay, but then in Canada, when the Queen of England died a couple years ago,
The Queen is dead. The
Okay.
Queen is dead.
this town in Canada called Bracebridge has a town crier named Bruce Kruger.
Of Bracebridge and of Canada. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II was born on April the 21st, 1926, becoming our sovereign upon the death of King George VI. With the utmost of grace and dignity, she has dedicated her entire reign, reaching her platinum jubilee. Yes, 70 years to the service of her
Bruce, get to it. He announces that she's dead.
Damn, the guy who yells on my my corner is saying something a little different.
In Tudor England, they had...
That's where you're from.
Ew, bitch. You look like you're from there. Not me.
That's where you're from. Tudor.
Damn. Their type of death message was called a death knell, Knell. The Tudor era was like in the 1400s to the 1600s.
Okay.
Also the time of King Henry VIII. Okay, he hated a messenger also.
Yeah, he did.
But they had this thing called a death knell. And I read a really great breakdown of this from museumonthegreen.com. And I just wanted to read a few snippets because it explains it perfectly. It says, quote, before telegrams, phones, radio, TV, and the internet existed, when even newspapers were few and far between, church bells were a source of information. They warned of fires and invasions. They signaled the start of church services and town meetings. They also served as an instant obituary notice through an ancient practice called the death knell. Death knells are not to be confused with the tolling that occurs at a funeral. A death knell was rung as soon as the minister or sexton became aware that a parishioner had died, in order to communicate the sad news to everyone within earshot of the church.
Imagine just being in town and hearing like, ding.
Mm-hmm.
I love when we're in a city. I think it was Salt Lake City and I believe Oklahoma also.
The church bells.
The church bells. I love hearing it.
I know.
It makes me feel like I'm just like in a town.
I know. It's cool.
It's cool. But I mean, imagine hearing that bell though. I'd like, call you. I'd be like,
on what phone, girl? On an aluminum
on the can.
Yeah.
Girl, you hear the bell, girl? What the fuck?
Girl, who died? Did you die, girl?
You with me, girlie?
This practice had roots in the English medieval custom of ringing bells immediately after a death to frighten away evil spirits, which might otherwise try to divert the newly departed soul from its path to heaven. From its superstitious beginnings, the death knell evolved into a practical means of communication, informing people which of their neighbors had just died. The traditional code for a death knell called for the bell to be rung twice 3 times for a woman or 3 times 3 for a man.
Okay.
You'd have to listen. Then the bell would toll 1 stroke for each year of the deceased's life.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Those listening and counting had a good idea of who was gone. Yeah, if it rang 100 times, you know it's Old Man River, you know?
Okay.
That would drive me nuts, actually.
Girl, that's too many rings of that bell.
I mean, good thing nobody lived past 10.
Ring my bell.
They could prepare for a funeral probably in a day or two, after which more tolling would accompany the body from church to grave. So it's different than like the funeral bells.
Okay.
It was a death notice.
Huh.
Okay, now we get into Victorian England, and the responsibility of delivering bad news often fell to the household servants. If someone in a wealthy family died, a servant would go around informing friends and relatives. But this brought me to something that I know we've never talked about, but in the episode where I talked about the mourning warehouses, I mentioned it, but mourning stationery. And I thought the Victorians had done it all, but this is fucking cool. Their stationery, if they were in mourning, had to have a black border around it. So if you received one of these in the mail, like you knew that it was to alert you about somebody's death.
Okay.
Or if you were still, there were like a bunch of different stages of mourning, you had to use that stationery throughout.
We need that for like texts.
Yeah.
Like I'm grieving right now.
Yeah, totally, actually. Oh, I love that. Just like a little reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, now comes one of my favorites. So in early New York, this is like the 17th to the 19th century, I guess the Dutch were the first to settle there from Europe. Like they were the first Europeans to settle there.
Yeah.
They brought with them a profession that I just love, and it's called the aanspreker. The job of announcing a death belonged to the aanspreker. So they were men dressed in formal black attire with a top hat. They had crepe. They had it all. They would walk from... They did. They were...
They had the top hat. They had the crepe. They had it all.
They did. What more could you ask for? I'll put pictures in. They were spiffy. But their job was to walk door to door and let everybody know somebody died. And they would also carry with them funeral invites. So
we could do that.
We could do that.
We're such gossipers in it. We would love to go.
If I had an official name, profession for gossip.
Sue down the street died.
Yeah. But imagine seeing him coming. Like, imagine just walking and you're like, oh, fuck, who died?
Better him than a corpse herder.
Oh, that's true. Very true. Okay, but something I read on walkingwithancestors.blogspot.com, we're really given great sources, but this is actually, it was a great write-up. They say, quote, when a loved one died in young New Amsterdam, Dutch inviters would travel door to door to alert relatives and friends to the news. So they refer to them as inviters. They were often hired for such a task and would extend an invitation to attend the funeral to those they visited. Just a bit away in Pennsylvania, these same people tasked with such news were called warners. They often delivered a bottle of wine and a pair of gloves to the recipient, as well as 2 dead cakes, cookies meant to be kept as a memento of the deceased. They were not meant to be eaten.
I'd eat them.
I would too.
You can't bring me cookies and I'm going to eat them.
God.
I'd be like this. I'd be like, I'm not sick. I'd just eat a little bit.
they
Like
wouldn't
I'd
be
break
mad.
off a corner and then I'd end up eating the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, love a cookie. Okay, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Families were typically informed of a soldier's death through official channels like in-person military officials, but not always. Most of the time it was a telegram, which is why people hated, I guess, Western Union for a while, because they hated to see a Western Union
come in. It felt
delivery.
Like ominous. Yeah.
Yes. Because they knew, oh, we got a telegram. Sometimes personal letters.
Do you think people still send telegrams?
I don't know.
We should send someone one.
I do love that. Often the letters would just say, the Secretary of the Army regrets to inform you that your son or daughter has been killed in action. And it's so impersonal, right? After Vietnam, the military realized telegrams were way too impersonal. And that's when something called the Casualty Notification Officer System was created. Today, if a soldier dies in action, a uniformed officer and a chaplain are sent to the family's home in person, no matter what. But I also found this article on Vice.com. They interviewed Captain Richard Simeon in 2014, and it's titled Death's Messenger, One Soldier's Job Delivering the Worst News Imaginable. And he had just gotten back from his first tour of Afghanistan and went into training to basically be the bearer of bad news. He said, quote, "You learn that there's no right way to tell someone that their loved one is not returning from war. But there are a lot of wrong ways to do it. If you look at history, the way they used to tell families about a death, you had telegrams, you had taxi drivers paid to ring doorbells, you had word of mouth. Through trial and error, the United States Army got it as close to right as they can. I was always the kind of leader who didn't go 100% by the book, but in this case, I went by the book because there's a reason why they have it the way they do. Not much room for creativity." And the interview is great. I'll link it if you're interested in reading it, but it's also devastating, but also a job that has to be done.
Yeah.
Somebody has to notify the family.
Someone's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. One thing he did say was he's like, I'm not there to console the families. He was there just to deliver awful news. And that's why the chaplain is with them to deliver the comfort and to console. And then obviously outside of the military, there's still professions whose job you have to deliver tragic news. Law enforcement, doctors, anyone in the medical field. But hopefully it's always in person, always direct, and always followed by some type of crisis support. But I hope nobody has to be tasked with that job ever. But it's such an important job that you don't think about. Like the messenger, the death method.
Cindy Brady, ladies and
Cindy Brady!
the death method.
The death messenger.
I'm supposed to be the gay one.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Girl, what are you going to go do?
Girl.
Am I having an allergic reaction to something? Why is my tongue so fat?
Girl, that's the macroplastics, girl. We're going to go get her some ice, and when we come, we're going to go get her some Benadryl.
Some milk.
Okay, when we come back, we'll tell you something. Oh, wait, no, it's not a break.
Hey, you want a break so bad, girl? Damn, you want a break so bad?
Girl, I need a break after that, girl. Fuck. I tried to take a break. Well,
breaks,
I guess we'll do obituaries then. Don't worry, Geoffs, there's not another break, I promise. Going in kind of theme with my coffin spinner this week, with the chain emails, I have the obituary for Elwood Edwards, the voice of AOL's You've Got Mail.
Oh, I love it.
Elwood Edwards, the voice that greeted millions of AOL users with "You've got mail" when they opened their inboxes, died on Tuesday. He was 74. This is from 2024. He died at his home in New Bern, North Carolina, the Associated Press reported. Although Edwards' cheerful, warm voice is now synonymous with the AOL alert, the opportunity to lend his voice to the signature phrase came largely by chance. In 1989, Quantum Computer Services, which would later be known as AOL, was looking for a voice actor to help with the alerts of its new software. Edwards' wife was working there at the time, which is how Edwards heard about the opportunity. All in the comfort of his living room, Edwards recorded, "Welcome, you've got mail, files done," and "goodbye" on a cassette recorder, and in return, he received $200. Edwards' voice went on to become one of the defining sounds of the internet revolution. He was not only greeting new users to AOL, but often introducing them to the world of email for the first time. Edwards' voice made AOL feel a little friendlier, a little more welcoming at a time when the internet was a big new world for most people, AOL said in the statement. Fucking take me back to AOL just being it. That was the internet. You get your little news blurbs, your little emails.
You can't use the phone, the landline at the same time.
Yeah. Pick one or the other. Pick one or the other.
I like that.
At the turn of the 21st century, AOL began to falter, partly due to its merger with Time Warner, and partly because it failed to adapt quickly enough to the ever-changing internet landscape. Edwards eventually moved to Ohio, going to work for 3 News at the television station WKYC in 2002, and retired in 2016, but his voice continued to be prominent in various sitcoms and films over the years, most notably the 1988 rom-com You've Got Mail.
Love that.
In 2015, he appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to read some lines suggested by the audience, and it's so funny. Let me play this.
Please welcome the actual guy who recorded the You've Got Mail sound for AOL, Elwood Edwards, everybody!
I love what they found him.
He's so cute.
Elwood! Elwood! Thank you for coming on the show, Elwood. Now, to prove that it's really you, can you say the classic You've Got Mail line?
Welcome. You've got mail.
You never know when you're going to be iconic, you know?
The president's mission right there. That's enough, yeah. Now, we've got some other phrases we'd love for you to say. So whenever you're ready, just read the cue cards. If you, yeah.
Uptown Funk. Adele Dazeem.
Remember that?
Dat ass, though. File's done. Goodbye.
Oh, he's so cute.
So he passed away.
Oh,
Rest-
goodbye.
Yeah, they should have played that at his funeral.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You've got mail. Goodbye.
The internet's not just, like, it's just not fun like it used to be.
It is. It is, but we're so conditioned to not be shocked or excited about fucking anything anymore.
It's because it's all in front of us all the time. Like, there's no, like, coming home to check the computer. Or, like, can I go on the computer when we get home?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ed.
Rest in peace. Okay, I have an obituary from the Victorian Book of the Dead because I thought it went really well with the theme.
Okay.
It says, woman died at call of mother's spirit, New York, December 21st.
Damn.
I think this is from 1908. It's on page 17 of the book. But it says, in response to what she believed to be a whispered invitation from the spirit of her dead mother to join her in heaven, Miss Louise Barney, the daughter of Emil Barney of Lincoln Place and Randolph Avenue, East Rutherford, New Jersey, put a gas tube in her mouth and smothered herself to death. Beside her on the bed, all ready to be put on, was a white gown which she had ordered from a dressmaker after receiving the supposed spirit message. In a letter addressed to her father, Miss Barney told of the spirit summons to the other world. Come to me without delay. You do not know what happiness awaits you, her mother said, she wrote. Miss Barney left the request that the white gown be used as her burial shroud. It was on Saturday last, the girl said, that she got the death message while kneeling on her mother's grave in Berry Lawn Cemetery. She had been grieving ever since her mother died a year ago. She had been keeping house for her father. Miss Barney will be buried Sunday beside her mother.
Oh, rest in peace.
She got the death message.
She got the message.
I know.
Mm-mm-mm.
Very sad.
Well, now I've got a message for you. We've spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
So that means it's time for some dumb
Ass.
criminals.
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 Criminals. Okay, I don't know who the dumbass is in this scenario,
Okay.
but I love this. It's a ticker talker, so I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
When she did the reading, she found there was a man. I said, yes, there's a man I like at the gym. And she said, well, I can bring this man closer to you. And I was like, oh, okay, for $550.
Intrigued, she paid the money, but what followed in the months ahead were requests for more payments to make the love connection happen.
He transferred 12 to 15,000, but she said she preferred cash. So I was dropping off a lot of cash at her house.
Whalen says she was also asked to buy gold bars at Costco to be used in ceremonies. In total, she gave the psychic more than $50,000 over the course of a year, but the romance never happened.
Everything was going so great, I said to her, why isn't anything happening for me? All I'm doing is paying you money. I said, I'm paying you thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm not getting nothing.
Whalen now believes she was misled and wants her money back.
I was so trapped in it mentally
that because I was so scared.
Whalen gave the money to a psychic named Julia, who has an office over an Oshawa flooring store. When we went there, the door was locked, but she answered the phone.
But she's saying that she feels she was misled into giving you $50,000.
The psychic said she provided services Whalen was willing to pay for.
She didn't complete the work. That's the problem. Everything she wanted, I gave her. She wanted different services, and that's what I gave her.
However, Julia told us she is now willing to give Whalen all her money back.
She's not happy. She's not satisfied, so I'm giving her money back.
Whalen says so far she's only received a refund of $2,000, but she wants the rest. She also wanted to share her story to warn others.
This is happening to me, and I'm just like, I can't even believe that I'm part of it.
Girl, I would not show my fucking face.
That's what people were saying in the comments. They're like, I don't think I would ever tell anyone that story. $50,000 for your soulmate? Girl, keep it.
Girl, keep it. I don't need it. I don't need it that bad. Oh my gosh. No, sorry. The psychic's a criminal, but she's not dumb. You're the dumb one.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I don't have...
You know who that happened to, too? Is that Christy Carlson Romano. She was a Disney girl, and she's the one who just got shot.
Oh, in the eye or whatever?
In the eye, yeah. But she gave away, I guess, a lot of her money to a psychic.
I mean, it's sad, just like we were talking about at the top of the show. Well, also just feeling so desperate.
And manipulated.
Yeah, but girl, come on.
Guys, it's never that rough. Girl, I'd rather be alone and destitute.
If I had $50,000 to throw away with a psychic, do you think I'm worrying about a...
No, I'm like, let me talk to celebrities. Let me talk to Marilyn Monroe. Anyway, so yeah, crazy. Don't do it. Who you got?
I didn't do mine yet. Okay, this is another one where I wouldn't show my face. This is from police1.com.
The real website.
This is from March 30th of 2024 in Vancouver, Washington. It says, an attempt to evade police officers led a man to swing from an overhead cable for more than 45 minutes Saturday afternoon before dropping onto a strategically stationed fire truck in downtown Vancouver, authorities say. The man was not immediately identified, had been involved in an unspecified disturbance when he climbed onto the roof of the Little Conejo restaurant in a bid to elude police, according to Vancouver fire captain. The man began chucking bricks down below, shattering several windows and endangering gathered first responders. Videos provided by authorities showed the man dangling from a cable strung 20 feet above street level. At some point, he removed his shirt. Okay, here.
Oh my God, there he is. Wow, he's got moves.
You know how dangerous that is? 20 feet above ground. And
how did he not get electrocuted?
How did he not get electrocuted? How did he take his shirt off in that position?
And how did he do that stance?
45 minutes.
Damn.
Crazy.
Upper body strength.
I know.
Good for him.
Imagine not wanting to be arrested that bad. I mean, I get it.
Girl, I'd do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do it. All right. Well, those are some dumbasses for sure.
For sure.
And we'd be dumbasses if we didn't share some of our beautiful letters that we've gotten. Okay, this one has a really pretty wax seal on it. Oh my God, what is this?
Beautiful.
Little stickers.
How cute.
And beautiful handwriting.
Ooh.
Spencer and Hot Dog. It says Spencer and Hot Dog. I fell into your podcast for Morbid, and now I binge listen every day. You and Madison's voices are serotonin for the ears. You seem to always have the best kind of drama. The kind I hear about, but I'm not involved in. My middle name is Henry, and I've used it as a last name for the past 5 years or so. It's a bit easier for people than blank. I won't give you a real last name. It's German, and I guess it means bridge keeper. Additionally, I am also gay and have a sister named Olivia. She's older, just like me.
Oh.
Until yesterday, I had a mullet too, but I cut it all off as a birthday ritual. It was very freeing. Anyway, enough about the odd coincidences. Here's a small dumbass criminal story to hopefully make you laugh. When my dad was in high school, a heat wave hit the middle of nowhere, Missouri. None of the classrooms at his school had AC, but the principal's office did. The kids were told to suck it up, but my dad was all about justice. In the middle of the night, he found an already dead raccoon, climbed onto the school roof, and put it in the vent. He said the smell was so bad it permeated from the principal's office all the way to the cafeteria, and they were forced to shut the AC off. He never got caught.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
Beautiful handwriting, and
Beautiful.
love all of our coincidences. Joyfully, Leon?
I think so.
Leon.
Leon. Ooh.
I love your handwriting.
I know.
I'm keeping this just in my office. So
It's
it
beautiful.
looks really nice.
It does. It looks fancy.
Oh, yeah. Leon Henry.
Or lion.
Ooh. And we also opened up just now about 50,000
Christmas cards.
More Christmas cards than I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sad I didn't open them earlier.
I know. We were
please
saying
send them. We love them.
next year we want to have like a wall of them.
Yes. Incredible.
Incredible. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's it for the week. We're going to wrap things up over here, but we'll see you next week with some more coffin spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb
ass
criminals.
criminals.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.